something that you had to kind of develop, or is that something you naturally have?
I mean, I've always kind of played pretty fast, gone too quick. There's definitely been times, especially early in my career, where I've gone too quick and lost my balance a little bit. So yeah, just kind of learning how to change my pace a little bit, control my body more, makes it easier to maneuver around the paint and on the court.
Can you just describe that play, what you saw?
I mean, Sante got the steal, and then he tipped it to me. I felt like they were kind of back, so I was going to slow it down a little bit. Then I thought I had a little lane with Hawkins in front of me, and then I thought I could get to my right hand, so just whatever way I can do that. And then the spin move, obviously, was there, so I just went to that.
What does it feel like to make a move like that?
I didn't even see him fall, really. I was focused on, I hadn't scored, so I had an open layup. We needed a pretty big bucket, and I thought I got the energy going a little bit, silenced the crowd a little bit, so that was a pretty big bucket in the game.
Yeah, that transition assist to Owen behind the back, is that something you saw him? Did you kind of feel that he was back there? I mean, I know you guys have that chemistry.
I didn't know it was him. I just kind of saw that we had somebody running with me. I kind of felt Garcia behind me too. I didn't know who it was, but I thought they were going to try to block my shot. They see me going to the rim. They think it's an easy block, so I knew I was going to have somebody open for a layup after that.
What kind of environment are you expecting on Saturday? Number 2 team in the country, long-term rival, Saturday afternoon game.
I mean, the crowds have gotten better as the season's gone on. We've gotten into Big Ten play. The Nebraska game obviously doesn't really count because of the snow. But, I mean, there's been a lot of buzz on campus. People are excited with how well we're playing, so we're going to expect a pretty packed crowd, a lot of students here, so we're just going to try to keep the energy going for the whole game.
How does that impact you on the floor?
I think just being at home, we played in some pretty tough environments at Purdue, at Iowa State. Their fans were all over us, so we're kind of hoping to get that same thing from our home crowd, attacking the other team and just kind of feeding off our energy on the court, and then we can feed right back off their energy that they give us.
When those fans are right behind you and they're getting into you, whether it's Ames or Mackey, how does that impact you at all, especially if you're on the bench, or when you're on the floor, do you not even notice it? I mean, how does that work?
You can kind of just feel like the hostility a little bit. I've kind of always sometimes like away games more than home games, just because it's kind of fun to go somewhere and beat a team at their own place with their own fans. It's just kind of fun to not really have a lot of people like you where you're playing at.
Can't remember the last time. You probably lost 3 games in a row, but I imagine that stuck with you. How did you get through that, and how did the veterans kind of help you guys, the young guys, get through that?
They talked how last year they kind of went through the same thing, and just to kind of stay focused on our team, not point fingers, just get back in the gym. I think after each one of them, we came with a good mindset the next day, and then it's kind of tough to just go right back into a loss, but we've figured some things out. Guys are really gelling now, figuring out where we like to have the ball, where we like to get shots, and the team's just playing really well right now.
Stephen Bardo mentioned something about you guys being one of the most connected teams he's seen. I'm sure you probably saw that in the video, but what does that mean to you, and do you feel that way, that you guys have kind of built a stronger bond connection?
For sure. I mean, this year we don't have the top 10 pick that we've had the past 3 years, so just kind of learning how it's going to be a different guy scoring 20 every single game. It's not going to be the same guy. Obviously, we have Josh and Ben that put up 50 together the last game, so that helps obviously, but just knowing that whoever's hot, we got to give them the ball, and I think that's what makes it so tough to guard, because you never really know who it's going to be on just any given night.
Is there based on what you remember, the first time you crossed someone up, or I don't know?
No. I kind of just really been pretty quick my whole life and always had a pretty decent handle, been able to change my pace, so I've been able to do that a couple of times in my career.
How early did you start using both hands?
Back growing up, I used to be ambidextrous playing baseball. I used to throw with both hands, hit with both hands. And then I write with my left hand too. So I've kind of always had both hands. I used to be more left-handed than I am right-handed. So I've kind of always had both.
What did you play in baseball?
I played shortstop and pitcher.
Brock, I'm going to Moline this weekend to watch former teammate Braden. I guess, what do you remember about playing with him, and what is he good at?
I mean, he's gotten better as I've seen him grow up. I mean, he's always had a pretty good skill set, but he's just learned how to use his body more and more as he's gotten older. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's developing his 3-ball, and I mean, he's having a pretty good year right now. That whole team's having a pretty good year, so I think it's been fun to watch him and kind of take over his own team. Him and Trey Taylor both have had really good seasons to start.